In a world full of little bitches, one man has the courage to speak the truth. Well, actually, one man and his longtime drinking buddy. Two men, four nuts. Todd Wentworth and Avery Perkins. You are now listening to Raw Todd Radio.
Weed every day.
Hey, you ever listen to the lyrics of that song, the Night Circle song in the intro?
No, I haven't Googled that.
It's about like a guy at war, you know, and he's crawling through the battlefield, and you know, the enemies is coming after him, and it's very intense if you look at the lyrical side of that.
That's the gist I got from it, but I don't know word for word. Hey Avery, can you pass me that pink lighter? I want to light a candle and kind of set the mood.
Yep.
Can you get me the fucking candle too?
I thought you had one in your pocket or
this
something.
is Asahi.
All right. Well, you're listening to Raw Todd, episode 3. Somehow we managed to do this now 3 weeks in a row.
I'm almost due for like a lifetime achievement award. We should do it prematurely. That'd be awesome.
Like in anticipation of it.
That'd be really cool. So when they like finally do give me one, I'll be like, I already got one. Episode 3, check it out. Okay, there we go.
It might not be a bad idea to start giving people lifetime achievement awards like at the beginning of their life to kind of like put some heat on them to like do something.
They gave Barack Obama a Nobel Peace Prize prematurely. I don't ever think he'll be worth the paper it's printed on though. But
I read something in like 2007 or I'm not sure of the year exactly, but when Al Gore won his Nobel Peace Prize, he was up against this woman who was like a Holocaust hero, like shuttling, you know, kids out of concentration camps somehow. She had like some whole operation set up where she was like smuggling kids out of there to get them away from the shit or whatever, and she was like 100 years old, and she was up for the award, and they gave it to Al Gore because he made a global warming show.
That's the 20th century for you, man. A bunch of people getting credit for shit they don't deserve ahead of people that do deserve it.
Right. I ain't never seen Al Gore stick his neck out for anybody. That's for sure.
I can't remember a time when I've been alive where it's been trendy for like people to speak up and tell the truth and get credit for it. And I've been alive for fucking like 34 years now, man.
That's true. I wouldn't hold your breath. I don't know if that's in the cards.
Yeah, the tide probably won't change soon, but we could say whatever the fuck we want. We got our own radio show on it, and that's just how it goes.
So if you're listening and you want to call in, it would help us out because we don't ever prepare for things. So you know, it would give us an idea of what we're going to talk about tonight.
I don't prepare. I'm almost done with my 32 ounce Asahi.
Todd did bring a whole crate of Japanese beer, so that helped in the preparation.
The reason Japanese beer is like one of the best is because they don't have any regulations in Japan. It's like, you know, as long as it's got a bottle and a sticker on it, you can put a cap on it and drink it. And that's why you don't know what the hell's in it, is my point.
That's the way it should be, man. Like, people, like, freak out about, like, pesticides or, like, you know, how food is processed and all this shit. And it's like, you know what? I buy my tamales from the fucking tamale man every day. I don't know how the fuck he makes them. I don't know who makes them or where he makes them, but I know that I eat them and they're good. And like, I've been eating them a long time and I'm still alive.
That's old school capitalism. You know, he makes food someone want, you buy it because you want to eat it.
Right, and he's got a reputation.
Could you imagine if that tamale was regulated? Instead of 3 for $5, you'd be getting 1 for 20.
Oh man, yeah.
And it would be more unhealthy than it is when you buy it.
And it'd be like a 16-year-old like high school student selling them to me for minimum wage.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No. That's the problems with modern day capitalism in a nutshell.
The guy that sells fruit on the corner, man, he sells some fucking good fruit. I don't know where.
Man, thank God for Mexicans. Let's just get to the point, man.
Oh yeah.
They sell us tamales.
They do.
They got the fruit cart outside the gym. They want you to stay nutriated.
Yeah, so when I was talking
post workout,
we got an umbrella stand and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude's doing a service for the community.
Mm-hmm.
You're keeping people healthy. Instead of them getting out of the gym and going to McDonald's or Jack in the Box and getting a taco,
Right.
they see the fruit and they're kind of like, oh man, I know I should eat that. I'm gonna get some.
Same time, if they want to cover it in chili powder or salt or whatever the fuck they're gonna do to it,
Yeah.
you know, you're an American, go ahead. But
Yeah.
you should have that choice.
And what we was describing with the tamale and the fruit, I don't see why black people selling those. It's mostly Mexicans, and they earning their way.
Yep.
And they may be illegal, they may not be, but they're here and
Not illegal as far as I'm
they're
concerned.
not as worthless as the media try to make them sound. They
No.
try to make like these illegals seem like they half a human being,
Right.
when they're not.
Right.
They actually have some service. There is some lazy ones that hop on the government dime, but we talking about the ones that are willing to work.
I saw this comedian named Doug Stanhope. He's a hilarious man, and he was talking about how people complain about immigrants, Mexicans in particular, how they taken up all the jobs, and he was saying like if some uneducated, non-English speaking immigrant is as qualified as you for a job, then you already fucked. Like if you're threatened by this guy who came over here with 14 kids back home, he's trying to support, and he got no money, barely speak English, and that's the guy taking your job. Like what kind of shitty job do you have to begin with,
That's a good fucking point.
I didn't deliver it as well as he did, but
No,
I think that was the gist.
If someone come over the border and is just as qualified as you, that's kind of like a wake up call, like to, hey
Yeah.
man, wake the fuck up and do something.
You had all these opportunities to like, make something more of yourself, and this guy's gonna just come fucking take your livelihood because you didn't.
And maybe that's a problem with America. Maybe people just getting too comfortable.
Yep.
And then you got these Japanese and these Chinese and you got Mexicans coming over here, and they all focus because, man, they live in almost a war zone.
Right.
You got Chinese stacked on top of each other. They come here, it looks like paradise, so they willing to work. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's a good wake-up call. Hey, bring in all the Mexicans. Whatever wakes up the Americans to have that old-school spirit of ingenuity and industrialism and doing what the fuck you need to get done. Hey, whatever needs to be done to wake up the people needs to be done.
I agree. I
And
can
I'm
get
all
on.
for it. I'm already awake, man. I haven't slept for 2 days.
Yeah, I was up pretty late last night myself.
Yeah, I
Getting
know.
into trouble.
You texted me. I texted Avery. I've been texting Avery for like the past month. Greatness never sleeps,
Right. Trying to motivate me.
and he's been taking it literally. He's like on like an average of 3 hours of sleep a night. And I told him Avery it's a figure of speech, so hopefully he gets some sleep tonight.
Well, I've gone through phases, man. Like I've slept, like on a given week, I'll sleep, 400 hours or something, and like I'm wondering, like, can I like sort of save that up for a rainy day, like go like 3 weeks without sleeping because
Like
in
a prepaid,
February I slept the whole time.
like a prepaid credit card. Like
Right.
you could stack these hours up.
Right.
That'd be
To
cool.
reestablish my sleeping credit.
You know what? I could tell you, you said you slept 4 hours a week, and there's probably about 120, 130 hours in a week. But I'll tell you from experience, I have felt like that sometimes. I've felt like I've slept 1,000 hours in a day because like it feels like you so tired you time travel.
Well, ain't you seen Inception? Like once you get down into like the deep like sub part of your sleep time moves at a slower pace, so it feels like much longer. So it kind of is 400 hours. I mean, it's all relative. It's just how you perceive it anyway. Time ain't even a real thing. It's just something it's just a concept.
It is how we see things in our state of mind. I actually saw that movie Inception like 2 years ago, and I had an Inception that night. I was like I got like a new comforter for my bed, and I was like all hyped up to watch this movie, and it was just as great as I thought it'd be. And I passed out and I fell asleep for like 14 hours. I clocked myself. I don't know how I knew this was going to happen, but it happened. And I ran an Inception on Bristol Palin. Yeah.
Wait, how do you mean?
No, I ran it. Me and Hank
Right.
and his friend, his Italian friend. I forget his name. Okay, in the dream, we was in Hank's dream. All right.
Okay.
And then we were all walking around, and we knew we were in search of Bristol Palin. And I was like, whoa. Wait, it goes deeper than this. We're in Hank's dream.
So
We're actually supposed to be in my dream. So in my dream, it was a little level deeper, right? And then like we in an airport, okay? And me, Hank, and his Italian friend, we walk into the airport, and there's one side room. And I'm like, oh, something's going on in there. And it's Bristol Palin smoking weed. Right? We got past her fortresses. You know, in
Oh,
Inception,
right.
we were getting past her fortresses. And she's sitting down. Of course, she's smoking weed with a bunch of dudes. She's the only chick in the room, like 15 dudes. And I'm already jealous. Right. And I'm like sitting next to her. I'm like, so, what's this you know that's not supposed to get out? You know what I mean? And she said that during the presidential run, John McCain and her mama, right? She said that she was supposed to be under wraps because she believed in conspiracy theories. She believed in like conspiracy theories that would have tanked the campaign, right? So I was like, what kind of conspiracy theories do you believe in? And she's going on about UFOs and the IRS and the Federal Reserve. And I was like, damn, that would have really fucked you guys up. You know, that's a good thing you got these mental fortresses ready for this type of inception. Because if I would have came a couple years earlier, you know, it would have been on.
Yeah, I probably would have made a video about it.
I would definitely made a video about it.
I kind of, I don't know what to think. Like, I feel like, why? I mean, I feel like we're pretty good friends. Why hadn't you told me about that before? It's kind of interesting.
I don't know. It never really came up. You brought up Inception. I don't really think about that movie too much. But it's a good movie.
Hank was like the original host of The Dream.
Yeah, he was the first level. We had to get a couple levels deeper, and it ended up in an airport, and she was smoking weed or something like that. And I got the information out of her.
Wow.
But they didn't win the campaign, so it doesn't matter.
You should have got like her email or something, like see like something tangible.
That would have been nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she do live up the street. I think she still live in L.A. with her kids.
She do?
I don't know. She got kids, man. That totally fucks everything up.
Yeah. Yeah, it does, but like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, women, they got like a certain elasticity to them, and give it some time.
Avery, you can't be like going over to a hoe's house having a kid cry. That will drive your boner into the ground beyond means. It's just like it kills things. It's like, it's psychological. You like, you know, even though you go to a bar and she's a hoe and everything, you like to fall into that presumption that maybe
no, you just gotta take your mind. You gotta take your mind somewhere else. Haven't you ever been with a woman? Maybe she wasn't kind of like expecting to get seduced, and like maybe she ain't showered in a couple of days, and like she kind of smells sweaty, and like you gotta kind of take your mind away from that to and focus on the task at hand, and can't get distracted by that shit, right? Now, ideally, of course, now there wouldn't be some kid in the other room crying. I mean, I'm not looking for that, but you know, I'm not gonna stop. I've already come this far. I got a job to do, man. I take it real serious.
I don't know. I stopped listening when you try to rationalize kids when you're talking to a hoe. I just can't do it. There's some disqualifications.
Well, what if the kid's like 16?
That's even worse. What if he knocks on the door?
Yeah.
That's because it's like.
What if he's like at a friend's house?
Why put yourself in that situation when there's hoes that don't have kids? I'm looking for optimal situations. You know, I'm looking for like when you go out and you end up at a hoe's house. You don't want her room to be all fucked up like a tornado went through it.
Right.
And you want her to have like the freedom to do things. Like kids kind of like take away from that freedom.
Well, and can I tell you like
why are so many hoes getting knocked up these days, man? It's like hoes just think of like kids as like an extra accessory. You know what I mean? They got their makeup, they got their purse, they got their shoes, they got their dresses. Oh wait, I'm missing something. Oh, I'm missing a kid.
Well,
I need to get knocked up.
First it's a little dog, right? And then they carry that around, and then.
Yeah, but it's getting so bad these days. These bitches so twisted that they just totally skip the pet. And it just goes straight to the kid.
Sometimes.
And
yeah.
None of them have boyfriends or husbands.
Yeah, I don't know. And you think like
if I was president, this is where I would straddle the line of dictatorship. I would not allow hoes with kids in the bars. That would be an executive
But how
mandate.
would you? I mean, that sounds really expensive to like even try and enforce that. What do you give?
I don't know.
I
know it wouldn't make sense, but sometimes I think about that, and I'd like.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not the one knocking them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a part of that problem. You know. So like, and if I'm drinking at the bar and then I see a chick and she kind of catches my fancy and like I want to do the deed with her, like. It's not really necessarily going to be a deal breaker because I'm not, I ain't gonna let it soak, and like have a kid,
I know, but I'm kind of fooling myself where I'm thinking like, oh, you have a kid, then you're not deserving of Todd. That's kind of how
Alright.
I think. In my game, I kind of keep my game pristine, and I expect them to keep their game pristine, and we gonna mingle. Not this
Right.
half-ass shit like, oh, okay, yeah, it was, it was unexpected. I had a kid unexpectedly, but you know what? Everything's all good. No, not everything's all good. You stay the fuck home. Don't come to the bar where you're gonna run into guys like me.
I
and-
mean, yeah, they should be taking care of their kid,
Yeah.
but I
That's
mean,
kinda-
if,
it's a
if,
trend.
I just feel like if I don't bone them, somebody else is. So,
well, good. Let that be someone else's problem. There's always an 18-year-old.
but see, the thing about
Avery, you got to understand this. There's a new 18-year-old chick every day. Okay, so we ain't
Right.
dealing with this finite amount of women.
that's true.
They grow old, they get knocked up. Okay, see you later.
They're a renewable source of energy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, see, I used to when I first got into the game of banging chicks that had kids. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I was afraid, like, this chick's got kids. There ain't a father in the picture. She's probably gonna try and pin me down and like force me into that kind of. And I've had a couple of close calls with that, but I found for the most of the time, it's actually the opposite. That like the woman kind of like has low expectations because she knows like you're not gonna take her too seriously because she's got this fucking kid and she's just trying to get her rocks off and like
Really?
just like plus I wind up with girls with low self-esteem a lot. I really
No,
don't know
no.
why.
I usually run into the ones that have kids and trying to fill the void, and I'm like, whoa, slow the fuck down, okay? There ain't no easy button in life, okay?
Right.
You already took that step. You figure it out. Don't try to implement me into the situation because that shit not gonna happen.
Maybe it's because like you got a pretty good job, and I don't really have one, so.
I'm not fucking with knocked up bitches. I just tell you straight up right now. Okay, this is mature, right? Because
Yeah.
If it's not, we just went straight mature on Blog Talk Radio.
No, it's mature, all right.
Okay, it's a good thing Sure Dog not hosting this shit because we would be
shit.
we would be in wasteland right now.
And we never would have got past the intro.
No, we wouldn't have.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna get another beer. I'll be right back.
All right. Now in the fridge, there's one cold one and one not so cold one.
Be right back.
Yep. Rock Todd Radio. There's tequila in there too if you're feeling kind of frisky.
No, man.
Maybe I should like go in the other room and like call in.
Shit, I forgot to open it.
Yeah. Those Japanese beers, you can't twist them off. You gotta.
No. Hold on. Hey,
Yep.
talk about how they like found the gate to hell in Turkey.
I don't know too much about that. Somebody said they found a portal to the fucking Dante's Inferno out there in Turkey. I don't put too much faith into that.
No,
story.
I think they might have something going with that. They say they found the gates to hell on Yahoo. It's been trending for like I gotta put my computer on silent. It's getting on my fucking nerves.
Yeah.
Okay, they say they found the gates to hell on Yahoo. It's the #1 trending topic. And you know what? I think there's there's a little bit of substantiality to that because it's been trending for a few days now. They say that there's this mist that comes up from this little pit that they found in Turkey, and it kills birds on sight. Like nothing could like go through it because like it's so thick.
But I mean, like, wouldn't that kind of like imply that hell was a place you could get to, that the living could access, like if they had the right kind of suit or something, and then on the other side of the coin, that would mean like if you had enough fuel and the right kind of spaceship, you could get to heaven.
Well, I don't mean literal hell. I mean like a quick way to die. That's my point. Like they found like this little pit that you walk
Oh well,
in, you're just
sure.
gonna
I mean,
die.
yeah, I believe. I mean, it's what a volcano is, right? I mean, more or less.
Yeah, but there's like ancient relics next to it showing that like the ancients like observed this place as like a like I don't know, twisted fucks. That's why they don't live anymore because they believe in that bullshit.
I know. You know what? To be honest, I don't know. Fuck all about Turkey. I know Istanbul's over there, and
I know there's a lot of old shit over there. Iraq and Afghanistan and Northern Africa. There's a lot of old shit over there, and there's a lot of conspiracy theorists talking about how the U.S. main reason to infiltrate in Iraq was to find a bunch of their relics and use them of some sorts. They said that Babylon is located like north of like Baghdad or somewhere. There's a lot of ancient shit over there, and maybe they're right, maybe they're not, but you never know. With shit popping up on Yahoo is like respectable media. You know, this ain't like TMZ.
Yeah, I don't. In either case, I don't think I'll be visiting that part of the world anytime soon.
No, why? You're American. You're a target.
Yep.
Fuck no. I remember when I was in high school, which was like 20 something, about like 18 years ago, and my history teacher said, "Don't go to Egypt right now because you're gonna die." And I was like, "Note taken. I won't go to Egypt until shit's all clear." I don't know what reason. I didn't even question her, but it sounded about right because shit was hostile.
Right.
So when I won't go anywhere near there until I got the green light. So fuck that.
Yep. I'll drink an Asahi to that.
You still got that 5-hour energy on your table.
Well, technically it's only half a 5-hour energy because I needed a quick jolt. I only needed about 2 hours of energy, so I drank that much.
Let's see that. You drank it? You relabel it too? No, that's not open.
No, yeah, it is. It's not?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think it was. You can have the rest
You
if you
traitor.
want. What? Sometimes I just need...
Told you, Trader Joe's tequila, man.
Yeah, but it's more expensive, for one.
Where did you go drink last night, man? I got your text, but I didn't know where I was going to make it.
I was at some fucking, gang member bar, man. It was just a lot. I mean, I ain't trying to stereotype, but it was definitely a lot of gang activity going on in there, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
No hoes?
They looked like, the hoes that were there looked like they were probably lesbians, but not like the HBO kind, but more like the
They were
locked up women's edition.
They were the butch ones.
Yeah, the dangerous, flannel wearing ones.
Remember that time we accidentally went to that lesbian bar?
I do.
One time, me and Avery, we were cruising through Long Beach, California, and we ended up at this bar looked like it was going off, first of all. And then we parked and we started walking up to it, and it looked at first like a bunch of little Justin Biebers. And we're like, okay, maybe the hoes are inside. And the hoes they were inside, but
right.
They were all hoes. There was no dudes in there. And it's too late. We already in there. We said, fuck it, we'll have a drink. Because, walking into a lesbian bar is a lot better than walking into a male homosexual bar. So
right.
we had a drink. And there's rainbows everywhere. And it was stereotypical completely because all the men-looking women was with the hot-looking women. Just like on a TV show.
Right.
And so we had a female with us, so that was like our ticket in. Because there's no way we could have walked in just me and you.
And I'd like to point out that when we walked in, I don't think it was quite so honorable to where we were like, well, it's a lesbian bar, let's give it a try. I think half of it was the fact that we walked in and everyone looked at us, and if we would have walked out, it would have looked really bad. We were well, fuck this, wrong place, wrong time.
I know, and there's a bar etiquette where we couldn't have done that.
Right. And they were playing shit remember I was on the jukebox and we put on
You were hot rodding that jukebox.
Yeah, I put on Touch Myself.
Yeah, and they started the dance floor went off after.
Oh, they were loving it. They should have hired me to DJ there.
Yeah, I don't know how you knew that song was going to kick it off.
Just did. I don't know.
But after the first drink, we were already drunk because we got a shot of Patron and then we got a couple beers in us. And we didn't leave. And me and Avery that night proved that lesbians do like men because they will come and talk to us and they make themselves available. It's not like people seem like, they pussy ain't Fort Knox, that's for sure. It is no,
right.
It is no, yeah, it is possible.
And didn't you give a ride home to one of them? A little one looked kind of like a little Mexican guy, but it was a girl.
Oh shit! Did I?
Yeah, remember she was she wouldn't leave us alone, and
she was in the back with the blondie we brought.
Right, and she was kind of a little bit thuggish herself.
Yeah.
Her name was Greg or something. I don't know what it was.
I would never remember that.
Yeah.
And that bitch just lived down the street. She didn't even need a ride.
No, you dropped her off at the gas station, and she would met up with some dudes. Remember?
Oh, that was totally crazy.
Yeah, who knows what kind of shit.
No more homosexual bars for us, man. That shit just too.
Right. See, that was in Long Beach, and Long Beach has got. I heard per capita, Long Beach has got
the most gas stations.
Well, and the most gay people.
Oh.
But there's a lot of gas
There's
stations.
probably some correlation between gas stations and homosexuals.
Now that you mention it, yeah. What could it
Bathrooms,
be?
public bathrooms.
There it is.
Right, that's probably it.
Yeah, glory holes.
I think we just figured some shit out that's never been figured out before, Avery.
Wow, right here. You heard it live.
Someone's going to take that theory and run with it.
Yep. Probably take the credit for it, but probably be a sexy Phil. Somebody of that caliber.
I just can't believe how many fucking rainbows were in that place. Why didn't they just paint that place rainbow?
I can't believe like how many polo shirts were in that place.
They looked exactly like Justin Bieber. I couldn't fucking believe it.
They all look like dudes that are like really out of shape. You know, like
They had pudge to them.
yeah.
Dickies, pudge hanging over the dickies.
Like, you know, guys wear a shirt like a size bigger, so like you can't see their like bitch tits.
Yeah.
But they like do the same thing, but like they really have bitch tits. You know, they're like real ones.
I never want to go to that bar again.
Yeah, no, I don't suspect we will unless it's on accident.
That really fucked up, man. That was like that was just unsuspecting. Good thing we was experienced, because if we were a lot younger, that probably could have scarred us for life, man.
Well, plus and that blondie with us, you know, she was on Team Sausage. You know, she wasn't a carpet muncher. So for her, she must have been like really uncomfortable, or maybe she kind of lacked it.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
We will have to get her call in, you know, if you still know her. If you got a number or anything.
I think I might be
we
friends.
should call her right now and ask her about that if we ever get the chance. Okay, no, we'll make a note. I'll put a post-it down.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to start fucking calling people. Like maybe it's broken. Like are we on the air? Can somebody send a tweet to Todd Wentworth and let us know that maybe I set up the microphone wrong or something and can't nobody hear us?
We should prank call AT&T right now. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Wait, but we can't because I don't know how to like make it so people can hear unless we put it like on speakerphone or something.
Well, I want to prank call AT&T and ask why the fuck I have to open 5 browsers just to get to one work.
I'm trying to figure out a way to make that happen.
We'll get it ready. We'll get it right for next time.
Yeah, next time maybe we'll do like a Jerky Boys type setup. Jesus Christ, Todd, we got like half an hour left.
That would make sense. I'm 3 beers in. I kind of feel like it's like the olden days of taking time. You don't got to watch, so you just count how many beers you went through. And kind of give you an accurate amount of time left in the day.
All right. That makes sense, too, because the one drinking the beers faster would die sooner. So it's kind of like
The time's going
time is all relative correctly.
Oh, that's a man. We have
Wow.
philosophizing right now, man.
We really are.
Dang. I'm telling you, the candle did it. When you light a candle in a moderately lit room, it kind of evokes those type of
Right.
thoughts out of you where you think past ordinary.
Right. Like you're sitting down with like a piece of like papyrus and like
Yeah.
trying to like, you know, write down some brilliant shit.
Yeah, but the laptop and the microphone, that's our papyrus.
Yeah, it's modern day
Yeah.
papyrus.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that show on HBO called Game of Thrones?
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures, and I really like how the elflings look.
It's pretty. Is there elflings in there?
The blonde girls with the really, really white skin, they got the in braids, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she's like a Dothraki, I think is what they call it.
She lives in the forest, though, right?
Now, well, I don't know if we're talking about the same girl, but if we are, like,
Just let me pretend she lives in the forest. Go on.
well, because like her people were all killed, and like so she's like wanders because like she ain't got no home, but like then she starts banging this guy with a ponytail.
So she's banging.
Actually, this what happens is
That just killed everything.
no, well she gets betrothed to this like tribal warrior guy, because her brother wants to like get his people, their army, to like go attack the people that fucked up their shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he uses his little sister to like be like, here, I'll give you this little piece of ass, and then like you let me use your army, you know. But like, and so, but she ain't into it, obviously. So the dude just has to like kind of basically rape her on their wedding night. But then like a few episodes later, she's like fucking in love with him, and like gets knocked up, and like the same dude that like was raping her a few episodes before, she's fucking in love with him.
Really?
Yeah, so
HBO?
HBO, yeah. There's a lot of titties in that show too.
Do
like,
they
all
have
over
this
the
on
place.
DVD yet?
Yeah, it's on DVD. I got it on my.
I think I need to check this out.
I got seasons 1 and 2. Season 3 just premiered the other day. I haven't watched the first one yet, but I intend to.
Dang, obviously that marriage not proposal, as you may say, had an expiration date on it because if she's in love. But that's sometimes, hey man, females, they're very primitive. Sometimes you just gotta get caveman with them. A lot of hoes like you to grab them by the hair. That's obvious.
Yeah, you got to get like the right spot. I mean, like you don't want to certain. If you just pull it from the side like some kind of rookie teenager, you're probably gonna piss her off. But if you get it from the base, right in the back.
Base, back of the neck where the fatty is.
Yeah, they're like.
If you grab a hoe by the top of her head, the hair follicles are real weak there. You pull them all out. She have a bold spot. So you gotta grab her by the back of the fatty spot, like you said, in the back of the neck, because it's real hard to pull that out. And if it bruises, it's on the fatty. It'll recover real quick. Top of the head, it'll be obvious. She'll go home. She got a bald spot. What the hell else would have happened, man? Come on. But yeah, it's the truth. Sometimes they like to be caveman, and you tell a hoe that, and she'll agree, depending on how you deliver it.
Well, a hoe will agree with anything in the right context.
Yeah, and the right delivery.
Right.
Because you could tell, you could write it down on paper. You could write down, like, let's say, I'm going to throw you over my shoulder like a caveman and take you home with me. If you write that down and the wrong person say it, you're going to get slapped.
Right.
Or you get a drink poured on you, or she's going to tell the bouncer, and the bouncer going to slap you for her, and then throw you out.
Right.
So everything is in the delivery.
They really want like a lot of like presentation, like in their lives, like everywhere, like weddings and like.
They want everything to be like the most epic of epicness.
Right.
Yeah, I
know. They
know.
really just have these delusions of like grandeur, where like everything is supposed to be this like fairy tale, And I don't think the TV is doing them
much of a service.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
look
kind of perpetuating that.
I don't watch Jersey Shore, but I heard a bitch got punched on it, and that will tell you that's kind of like real life. If you go out to a bar talking shit, you're gonna get punched, whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, I mean everyone's got a breaking point.
Yeah, it's not.
Holy shit! Somebody's calling in. I almost feel like it's too good to be true.
It's probably creditors, man.
Oh shit! You think so?
No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I gotta take a piss.
That's not funny. I got medical bills. All right. Okay, here we go. Someone area code 602. That's almost like 702, which is Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, right?
Hey, you're on the air.
Yes, this is the great and most illustrious Knome King.
Oh, the Knome King finally called in.
All right, that's numero uno, right?
It's Mark. I mean, it's Knome King.
He ain't numero uno?
I don't know.
And with me is my greatest subject, one Mark Hill.
Oh, nice. Cool. Hey, tell you the truth.
What's up, y'all? This is Mark.
How's it going? I got a Royal Loyal T-shirt. Oh, sorry. I got all excited and shit. I got a Royal.
Nice.
Go on.
Yeah, believe it or not, Todd, the King is like one of your biggest fans, dude.
That's awesome. I'm one of his biggest fans too. I'm rocking this shirt right now. I'm a Royal Loyal for life.
Right on. I mean that. Maybe you should like make that the screen cap for the next video, dude. He loves the way that you talk about wenches. I mean, he's in awe of that, and that's a big thing for the King to be in awe of anybody but himself.
Wait, are you talking like in the third person right now? Is that what's going on?
No, but he's talking about a king.
Hey, he is talking about me, Avery. The one and only gnome of gnomes.
There's two of them.
Oh, all right.
But a king can't be a king unless he's in control of his host.
Right.
So say a king's
that
not.
Is correct.
You see, to be a full king and rule over the peasant class, you can't have a peasant walking around that has power over you.
This ties right into Game of Thrones. This is a great segue.
So Gnome King, tell us how you're putting it down with these hoes.
Well, first, his gnomeness has had many, many years of running an entire kingdom of flowers and concubines. And if there was one thing that his gnomeness doth loveth much more than himself, is when a beautiful wench makes him a freshly baked pot pies. Indeed, teaching these wenches, these whores, the art of servitude is mine secret.
Wow, that sounds like you got it all figured out. And I like the pot pie. That's really nice. That's really
Indeed.
Nice. I like pot pies.
Oh, the pot pious is how his gnomeness has acquired his physical physiquus, the form that makes him the top Abercrombie and Fitch modelist in all of gnomeland.
They say that pot pie is like the meteorite of food because it condenses so many calories in such a small amount of
Is
food.
that true? Oh shit, I gotta eat some of them then.
Yeah, it's like the meteorological side of food.
Right.
You know, like how meteorites have so many minerals and things just crammed into them, and they weigh like 1,000 pounds per square
Right.
inch. That's the pot pie.
Well, if I could say something on the king's behalf, like you need all those calories if you're going to be bedding all of those wenches in your quarters, night after night after night. You know.
And you're gonna need a pot pie on standby. You know, for those halftime breaks.
Absolutely.
And a bottle of water.
In fact, the king's eating a pot pie right now. It's crazy.
How do you keep, like, in this kingdom scenario, like, how do you keep from getting all them winches knocked up?
Well, that's the thing. The Gnome King has seen it fit in his humble servant, myself, that after he's done with every wench, I get to douche them. So,
all right. So he don't let it soak.
No, and you know it ain't no fun unless the homie's getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Then when they can't point it down on one man, you good? That's a good. It's like that's what I'm doing. You can't pinpoint. You know, there's no Maury Povich in Arizona.
Well, yeah, you know, the king took to heart your advice, Todd, when you said that you have to keep your nuts in different baskets.
Oh, you gotta keep your nuts in your pants and your eggs in different baskets, because you put all your eggs in one basket, and then what if some hoe take off with that basket? You got no more eggs. So as long as your nuts is like the epicenter, like you know that philosopher that said the whole universe revolves around the earth, and everybody proving that wrong, but you gotta pretend like the whole all these hoes revolve around your nuts. I
mean, in some cases they might.
Yeah, because if you take them out of your pants, where they revolving around, you know, they put them in their purse, they put them in their lingerie drawer. You know what I mean? They throw them away. You know, hoes don't give a fuck. They just want to take that one power of a man, his manness, and do as they wish with it. But when
it's hard for them to like appreciate the value of something that they can never actually own. All they can try and do is like take that away from you to like make you more like equals, you know?
Exactly, because they can't bring themselves up to your level.
No,
take your nuts and bring you down to their level. But you know what? If you keep your nuts, you're always on an elevated level, and they always like say, "Oh man, I want that guy, because he got his nuts."
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it, but the king just loves this stuff. In fact, the king has made it decree officially in Knome, and this is like the official statement that you, both of you, Todd and Avery, are not only royal loyals and honorary members of the king's court, but you are the first and only two so far in his council, his intellectual, his legal, life, religious council, because he sees the wisdom that the both of you have been pushing for these past few years, and he's quite impressed. So am I.
That is awesome. I would like to work on the justice system. Like if you have like a justice system in there, I would be like, I'd like to work on it and just like, you know, implement the ways of man over the ways of, you know, like California. You know, California, you know what I mean? The hoe always ends up with everything.
Right.
You need a voice of reason when you justify what a hoe should have and what she should not have.
Is there any way we could get that king's decree like printed out, like and framed, and like I want it in like a kind of like an old English like font, you know, where it's kind of like swirly, old timey.
Yes, indeed, I shall have my scribes upon this task presently. I will have it sent to your place of residence, where you might store it upon your wall or your refrigerator. I would like to make this happen as soon as possible. The both of thee would grace mine kingdom wonderfully, and in payment, not only would I give you an infinite amount of gnome bucks, but I would give you daily upon daily, waves upon waves of concubines and wenches and whores.
This is fucking amazing. I'm liking this Gnome Land.
I'm sold, man. When can we go? I'm sick of this shit.
Could you
Let's get out of here.
This Gnome Land is starting off great because you implement in men that they must keep their nuts, and obviously that society will flourish with men that have their nuts, because when you have when you have a society that where women wear the pants and take the nuts from the men, you have modern day America, and it fucking sucks. Okay, so.
This is a filthy, filthy land, these Americas.
When you put your...
The first sign of its downfall was giving a wench rights. The right to vote. The right to speaketh. A woman is good for only 3 things. Cooking, cleaning, and lying on their backets to create younglings.
You are actually elaborating in a different area that I haven't touched on yet, and I agree 1,000%. You know, because think about it.
Yep.
America flourished when females didn't have rights, right? And they knew their place, and then like once you give them rights to vote, to work, and we know it wasn't for them to give them rights. It was just to tax them, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was a backwards way to tax the other half of society. And then where has America come since? You know, I know it's kind of like sounds like a feminist to say that, but you know, look at the contrast. You know, go back in history and you know look at when things passed, Roe versus Wade and all this, and look where things went. We got hoes starting PETA. That's what they did with their right to start PETA. You give me a fucking break?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
The king is adamantly against PETA. The king despises PETA. If he doesn't say something negative that is true about PETA once a day, you know that there's something much more important weighing on his mind. But the king has always said that you give a woman an inch and she thinks she's a ruler. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Female, they want what they want, but they always want more. So it like goes to infinity.
Right.
They never satisfied. They always want more, and it's like, what the fuck? If you give into that type of game, you're always going to be in quicksand.
It's kind of like, kids always want candy, you know?
You know?
They'll just keep eating it.
Yep.
You got to stop giving it to them at some point.
And another childlike analogy like that, when you're on a date with the hoe or you like dealing in a relationship with the hoe, it's always like the tea party. You know what I mean? You always got that little girl toddler like, hey, everybody sit down, let's have a tea party, and then but it's her rules.
Right.
You can only have 1 cup of tea until she says you can have a 2nd cup of tea.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, they learned this shit early, and they try to implement this upon me at an adult age, and I'm not having any of this shit.
Yeah. Never thought about it like that.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
So as long as you keep that in your mind and know that's there and that's their instinct.
Yeah, this is a well of knowledge, and it's only one of the most joyous events tonight to make it official that Knome has now this wonderful new addition. I mean, we're gonna have banners and different signs made, and they're going to be hung from the rooftops in Knome, and it's going to be fantastic. I mean, I know at least a dozen wenches who want to meet the both of you.
That sounds amazing.
I could sign on to that.
Is there going to be like a kind of like a party with like gestures and maybe like face painting? I get my face painted.
We could do that. I'll bring some face paint. I don't even care.
All right.
He said there's a dozen peasants waiting for us. So
I mean, it could be like war paint. I ain't talking about getting like a horse drawn on my cheek or anything like that. I'm talking about.
This is awesome. Hey, what kind of current? You said you use Knome bucks. I'm guessing since you're a man of the truth, these Knome bucks is backed by silver and gold, right?
Absolutely. Also rubies and any fine gems that the peasantry do mine out of the caves of Knome. These things are. I mean, one of these gems, not even the gold and silver in Knome, but just one little gem is worth more than the value of the entire United States. And I'm not ashamed to say it.
This is awesome. This is like a new America.
Hey, you ever seen that Nickelodeon show in like the 90s called The Knome?
No.
You gotta check it out, man.
I haven't seen
He'd
that.
like ride on the back of like a fox.
I've stopped watching Nickelodeon after like Double Dare. You know when they used to drop that ooze on kids.
Yeah.
That was
Get all
that was like my heyday.
Yeah, that was a good show. Mark Summers, he's a good host.
Mark Summers, yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to Wikipedia that guy after we get off the show to see what the hell he's doing. He probably strung out on crack or something. But
Yeah, probably.
all right, Gnome King, you got
All right.
Sounds like you got a hoe in the background trying to get your attention.
You never know.
Oh, actually, no, I have with me here is someone who I actually feel like is my son. His name is Evan. He's 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
And just I got him a little truck, and he likes to play with trucks and stuff like that, and that's cool.
There you go.
Yeah, keep on trucking.
Hey, Gnome King, I like that video you had where you were at a bar and you kept going up to females. That was like one of my favorite videos.
Well, that of course it was not as successful as I wanted it to be, but only because this. That level of entry that evening was a bit intoxicated, and they could not see the glory that was before them. So His Gnomeness has forgiven them.
It was actually probably because you're so successful, you want to know what failure was like. So I could see that. It kind of get you back on.
I could see that. It's kind of like Hugh Grant, like getting caught with that ugly ass prostitute. It's like he just got so sick of banging. What was he with? What's her name?
Fuck, I don't know. I thought it was a transvestite.
Was it? Divine Brown. No, that was Eddie Murphy with a transvestite. No,
that was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Hugh Grant was with a woman, but she was ugly. She was beat. She was a prostitute. But he was married to what's her name? Austin Powers, a beautiful British bitch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know. I don't know names right now. Yeah, but
what about?
Go ahead.
You guys, 40-year-old virgin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the one that Eddie Murphy got caught with. To quote the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, could probably be like the Cadillac of trannies, the Rolls Royce of trannies. Sometimes there's no way to tell it.
Is that even possible? I gotta see a picture of that.
One way to find out. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of guys in the military get screwed over by fucking trannies in different countries.
Thailand stuff.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories about dudes in the military, they really shameful to tell it, but they don't tell it. Like, I was talking to this dude the other day. He was in the Navy, and he's like 70 years old. And he's like, man, Todd, it took me 30 years to tell this story. But I was in Bangkok one time, and everything was going good, and we all drunk, and we were staying for a little bit. And I was a little bit drunk, and I had a little bit of money on me, and this girl was looking good. And then I put my hand in her skirt, and I felt like some wood, and I didn't want to admit it to myself. So it went on. It went on. I'm not gonna talk about what happened, but it's just like it took him 30 years to fucking admit it to society.
He reached up in there and he got Persian prom queen. Wow.
That is, I don't know, man. I don't even want to think about
Elizabeth Hurley. Elizabeth Hurley was her name. Elizabeth Hurley. I just remembered.
Elizabeth Hurley. You're right. But I gotta go. This baby's crying now, so I.
All right,
guys. I gotta handle my fatherly duties.
All right, do it. Throw it a Ninja Turtle.
Do what you gotta do.
All right, Mark.
Okay, gentlemen, it's been quite a smashing time. His Gnomeness thus looketh forward to onward business with the both of thee in the present future.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Your Highness.
Ta-ta.
See you later.
That is awesome.
Wow, Gnome King came through in the clutch. We almost didn't have a caller this time. I was about to retire.
We gotta go to Gnome Land.
How we get there?
I don't know. Take the interstate.
I don't know, cause I like.
Gnome Land is really like Gilbert, Arizona, where he lives. I think. We'll go down there.
See, like, even though you guys don't remember the Gnome show on Nickelodeon, like, I'm pretty sure, like, gnomes, at least, like, how that show taught me about gnomes is, like, they're real, they keep to themselves. Like, they're hard to find. Like, they kind of, like, live in trees and shit, and, like, you ain't supposed to see them. And if you do see them, they have to, like, grant 3 wishes or some shit.
You know what they say? If gnomes really did exist, like those little 2-foot tall fuckers,
yeah,
Mexicans would be fucked. Because gnomes would do the grass over Mexicans and probably charge no money.
That's true. Because, like, that's, like, their home. They just want it to look nice.
Yeah. Fucking shit. Gotta turn this shit off. But that's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, you're probably right.
But we got
Man, I gotta take another piss.
8 minutes left. I could just hit this big red button right now and just end this show. Look at that.
Well, I gotta take a piss.
Look at that.
They got a.
I mean, ain't nobody calling.
They got an ejection button.
Yeah, you just pull the fucking chute right now.
Okay, well I gotta take a piss and we'll go hit a bar and we're good.
All right, me and Todd.
I'll drive.
Thank God, I got a Dewey. All right, me and Todd, we're gonna go down to the bar. You guys.
If you're in the South Bay, Long Beach area, you know what I mean, Belmont Shores area, send me a tweet. We'll hook up. We'll have a couple of drinks.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. There is no way to run. Oh no.
There is nowhere to run.